Hey guys, welcome back. I am coming on to do a layout for a Fancy Pants design team, and I am using this amazing Frosted Forest collection. It's got all this icy goodness with some beautiful pops of mauve in it. So I grabbed a few pieces to start. This will be my background. It's called Woodland. And then I have Winter Wonder. I want to do a really nice thin little mat with that. And I'm going to back the whole thing on Winter Floral, like so, right? And I will, of course, gut those gorgeous pieces of paper because I love them. Then with this piece I want to gut right here, the background piece, I'm thinking to do just a little bit of matting with this. My daughter in this photo has a pink scarf around her neck, so I thought that would bring it out. Let's see. Oh, and this is my oldest daughter and her fiance a couple years back, and they were snowboarding. So I was thinking about bringing this in just so I can get a little bit of that pretty pink. But I do have to double mat my layout. Then I'll go ahead and mat this. Then is the fun part. I want to start, I have an idea to do maybe a few fishtail banners. I want to decide what to do with these foam stickers. I'm thinking about Winter Wonderful. We have the word winter and we have wonderful. So those would line up really nicely as well. So I'm thinking Winter Wonderful. And then of course we've got heart stars. We've got little winter moths. Love, love, love the owls. They're so pretty. I've got this sticker sheet. Ooh, I can bring in some of this mauve color if I stack up some of those fishtail banners like I was talking about. And then I've got so many gorgeous pieces to add in. I'm thinking I'm going to see if I have anything to create a couple of shakers, some stash sequins. So I've got a lot of homework to do, and I'll meet you right back here. Super quick check-in time. I started cutting these strips, right? And I was going to do fishtail banners, and I was looking at them, and they kind of reminded me of snowboards, because that's the subject of the photo. So I just went ahead, scuffed them up, and did some little corner rounder action. And so now I have funny little snowboards. That's my whole story. I want to mat this with something. I still have the idea that it would be really fun to create a couple shaker pockets, which I have not done yet. I just thought I'd show you that I liked the way that came out. So let's see, this is a wreath right here. Just looking for things I can do a nice, easy little shaker so I can have a bit of extra little bling bling or interest. I can just do the one. That might be kind of pretty up here, and that rounded kind of a vibe is gorgeous. Ooh, I could just do two and fussy cut it out and have two round bits. So we would have those little round pieces, maybe a third like that. What? Okay, I like where this is going. Don't really need to bring in green to this. I'm just looking, kind of like the idea of keeping those as full wreaths for shakers. I think I have some sequins handy dandy. Ooh, look at that one. It's so pretty. Okay. I love all the things, and I'm trying to use all of the things, and I have to calm down. So I'm going to make some shakers. I'm going to get these pieces on. I think maybe a little tangled thread for a little texture, guys, and we are having ourselves a time. So I did create my shakers, and I just had these little sequiny triangle things in my stash. So those are perfect. They're not really doing anything more than creating a little bit of sparkle. And I have my title on there. I matted my photo in a little bit of this mauve color, and now my base is done. At this point, guys, this is a fun bit. Oh, and I did put a little bit of tangled thread in navy, gray, and a pink under my photo just for a little tiny bit of texture. I think I want to do that under my secondary little shaker right here. So I'm going to just grab a little bit of thread, not as much, of course, because, different size. Sorry, I bumped that. Let me cut all three of these pieces, and I'll pop a little bit of liquid glue under there, and however it lands is how it lands. That's pretty much my MO for this. Just like the idea of getting just a little bit of texture in there. Okay, so now I'm going to just do a little bit of decorating with all of my bits and pieces, which you know, of course, is one of my very, oh, I said wherever it lands, but I do want to see some of it too. Geez Louise, there we go. Just a little something sticking out, and that can dry. Now, let's look at some of these pieces. I need something over here. That little fox is so sweet, but I think he's a little too big. How about this winter owl coming down? Now, it covers a little bit of my shaker, but that's perfectly fine. My shaker is just, you know, like a cluster base, and you can still see some of that sparkle underneath. I love that. Okay, now for down here and here, like the owl is facing the wrong way for me to want to grab that. Ooh, this little fawn. The little fawn is nice because it brings in some of that brown. See, it's just slightly too big for my spaces. I'll find something. Now I can look at this sweet little pine cone because I like the idea of the brown being brought across, and I have brown up there as well. And then, you know, in a couple minutes, we can come back and pop in some of those smaller pieces like the hearts and stuff. So I don't want them to go too far. Now, this is the time when I can grab one of these gorgeous stickers maybe. And this one has a little pine cone. I'm going to put that right underneath there. Guys, it's almost difficult because there's so many pieces and you want to use them all. They are just gorgeous. Got these really gorgeous little pine trees too. Wondering if this is going to release or be difficult. Nope, the foam likes to be right where it is, so I'm going to put it right behind it. And I know I have pine behind that, but that's totally fine. So I'm going to faff around a little bit, start layering up things, and I'll meet you right back here. All right, guys, at this point, I have enough of these pieces on that I can start attaching them down. I brought in some of these sweet little winter moths that I fussy cut. I think that they have that nice little bit of mauviness that I was trying to pull out to show off my daughter just a little bit. I like to bend up my elements when I can because it creates just a little bit more dimension and interest. So I have that. I'm going to pop them down, couple little hearts here and there, some enamel dots. Then I can come back and show you my finished layout. I found this sweet little tree that I like, but I need to layer it up on all kinds of pieces. I'm a little concerned that we won't end up seeing that sticker with the pine trees by the time I'm done, but you know, that's just part of that creative process that we do, and that's okay. We have that. Let me get my little mothy in here who's doing his best to provide color. So that one's going that way, so let's have this one fly off that way. Got my nice little pine cone there. Oh, these pieces are just all tucked in as well. So that's what I was doing. I was just doing a little tuck. And I like to really make sure that I have something going on with my florals. Now these have a lot of white around them, so I might not have quite as much room to bend them into, you know, specific leaves and all that kind of stuff. But regardless, I like the vibe that I get from it. Go ahead and put that one on there. What was I moving? Oh, my little pine tree. Definitely want to get my pine tree in there. Maybe my little mothy can go right on top. Sweet. Love that. Then I've got these extra little bits. A nice little feather, which I think the feather wants a little bit of dimensional adhesive behind it. I think that would give it just a little zhuzh. Just a little zhuzh. Let me get a little bit of adhesive going. I keep these little Frankenstein pieces of it right next to my desk. I can bring that out. It'll be like, is that a leaf or is that a what? Oh, okay. So that one's going that way. That one's going that way. Let's go ahead and tuck that one in there. Oh, and I didn't finish tucking these, guys. I'm a mess. All right. I have a few more little bits and pieces to kind of find and tuck in, you know, the hearts and the small finishing touches. Then I can come back and show you my finished layout. All right, my friends, that layout is done. I just popped a couple of the enamel dots in this really nice hazy blue gray color. It is quite pretty and created, like I said, my fun little shakers, and I've got a nice little visual triangle and another memory documented. I will have links down below where you can get your hands on these goodies, guys. And oh, and a few, I know how to say the words, still shots to follow. And I'll be back ever so soon with another video. Bye, guys.